Hey, what's up guys, Jack here from Magpie, and it's good to be back on the YouTube channel. We're going to be posting a lot of original content, so make sure you subscribe. But today, we're into the download announcements. There were 60 plus bands announced this week, and we're going to go into them, tell you our thoughts on the bands and the thought of how the festival is going in what direction, what sort of vibe they're going for this year. So let's get into it. Download 2018, 60 plus bands announced this week. My thoughts going into this announcement were quite apprehensive. Thinking last year, they had the likes of Biffy Clyro and AFI that didn't do that well, and then now the idea of the quintessential download band has changed in quite a few ways. You think of the likes of Five Finger Death Punch and Rob Zombie, who did amazingly last year in terms of crowd size and how their set went and how they were received by everyone compared to the likes of those bands I mentioned before. I was quite apprehensive going into this, but I think they've done well with this announcement. And not only Download posted loads of bands, they actually released the stage splits, which is quite early on for them. I think it's around this time, but it's earlier on in the year. So you've got Avenged Sevenfold, Guns N' Roses and Ozzy Osbourne. We knew they were headlining already. Joining them at the top of the bill, you've got the likes of Bullet for My Valentine, you've got Volbeat, you've got Thunder, you've got Marilyn Manson, Shinedown, and then sub-headlining Guns N' Roses, you've got Black Stone Cherry. And if you look at the likes of Black Stone Cherry, they have made their way up the bills. Last time they played on the second stage, I think, at a headline slot. The likes of Shinedown as well have done really well at Download in recent times. Bullet for My Valentine obviously making kind of a comeback, a bit of a resurgence in their career. They're coming out to sub-headline Avenged Sevenfold, which I think will go down pretty well. It's kind of, those bands can kind of play off each other, kind of make, they've got a Venn diagram meeting in the middle there. They kind of have a lot of the same fans, so hopefully that'll go down well. But an interesting side note that I got from doing this reaction video was that all the top 9 spots across the 3 days, the logo spots as it were, none of them were formed after 2002, so it kind of shows you the age of the bands that were playing. Guns N' Roses and Ozzy Osbourne go way back. Avenged Sevenfold, the kind of new age. The same with Bullet and that sort of thing. But yeah, all of them were early 2000s, and that's 16 years now that that 2002 goes back to. And you think of Biffy Clyro, they're a newer band and that sort of thing. It's kind of going back to my point, which I think I'll be referencing quite a lot over the coming months as well when it comes up to Download, so we just have to see how that goes. However, if you look at the rest of the main stage, it does seem like they've gone for a kind of a good mix of new and old sort of stuff, and a wide spread of genres as well, which is very good in my opinion. Recent years they've kind of gone for that older kind of hard rock vibe, which I don't really dig. A lot of people do, but not for me, thanks. First name that jumps out of me on the main stage, on the sort of the undercard of that of the main stage, are Marmozets, especially with their latest album, Knowing What You Know Now, is very, very good. You should definitely check that out. And then they can deliver a very energetic and a big performance. They're not just a small band that can just be thrown away at the tents for the rest of their career. They're definitely destined for bigger things. I saw them at Reading Festival, can't remember what year, but they smashed it on the main stage, which was incredible. I've also seen them in the second stage as well at Reading Festival, and that was great as well. But I think main stage, with the new songs as well, they do sound big and varied as well, which can definitely get the crowd on side. Our boys in Boston, Manor, also picked up a main stage slot at the hallowed grounds at Donington, which is incredible. It's the first time that they've ever played there, so definitely expecting something to come out of that. Even if they play opening set on the Sunday, when everyone's a bit tired, they could definitely get some followers from that set, so I'm looking forward to that. And obviously you've got some of the bigger bands. Black Veil Brides have done really well in past years at Download. They really they have that fan base there, and I think they can really tap into that. And on the main stage as well, they bring a bit of production. And Andy Biersack is a great live vocalist, so yeah, should be a decent set from them. The likes of Temperance Movement as well will go down well. And the likes of Whiskey Myers and Monster Truck is that kind of hard rock sound that Download have gone for in recent years, so that hasn't completely disappeared. And obviously I can't forget the likes of Hatebreed as well, hardcore legends. They'll be absolutely insane on the main stage. Onto the second stage now, and you've got the likes of Parkway Drive, who are headlining the stage, along with Rise Against and You Me at 6, who are newly announced. It's a good vibe they're going for on the second stage. It's kind of what I was saying about, you know, putting the bands higher up on the main stage, but instead they've got headliner slots on the second stage, which is it's good. It's they're kind of separating out the bills a bit more. They're kind of not segregating, but kind of putting bands together that kind of suit together, rather than like dotting them all over the place and then just, you know, kind of having a mismatch of a bill. It's kind of all in the right places, which I do admire Download this year for. I think they've absolutely nailed the bands that are going to be popular. They've put them up on the main stage, they've put them at the top of the bill, and then they've put, you know, the bands who I think they're deserving of those slots pretty much. Parkway Drive headlining the second stage now. They're destined for bigger things once their new album comes out. You Me at 6, they've been big for a long time, but they haven't played Download for a while, so that's good to see them up on the main on the second stage. And then Rise Against as well, punk veterans in their own right. So yeah, that's going to go down very well. Baby Metal, interestingly, aren't on the main stage, which I thought if they were ever going to play again, it would be higher up on the main stage due to their sort of it's kind of a gimmick, as it were. But it's good music, but the gimmick is there. It's all about, you know, the members rather than about the music first and foremost, in my opinion. I do like the music, but it's you know, a non-English band. It kind of loses that kind of that prestige, that, you know, that level that if it was just an English speaking band, it would kind of, it loses a bit of that element. So yeah, they're playing second stage below You Me at 6, I believe, by the looks of the poster. There's Alexis on Fire have been put below Rise Against on the Sunday, and there's no one beneath Parkway Drive, which leads me to some fantasy booking. Bury Tomorrow have also been announced for this stage, and if you just imagine Bury Tomorrow, While She Sleeps, Architects, Parkway Drive. Korn fans will be happy to see Jonathan Davis come back in a solo format. I think Korn fans would like to see Korn back way up the bill, you know, but, you know, Jonathan Davis is there. You know, after their Red and Leeds performance, it was very good, but obviously this time it's just Jonathan Davis, so we'll see how that goes down. And then you've got Vans Warped Tour, metalcore favourites, Asking Alexandria, who, yeah, they'll go down well. They're like the people who like Black Veil Brides, that kind of thing. You Me at 6 might tip over into Asking Alexandria and that kind of thing. Body Count featuring Ice-T will be a good laugh. And then also you've got Meshuggah, Thrice, who are bringing that heaviness to that stage as well. The third stage this year is making a comeback, and a welcome comeback in my opinion. It's the Avalanche Stage, aka the Van Stage, aka the Slam Dunk Stage, whatever you want to call it. It's that kind of vibe they've got going on. You've got the likes of Net Deep and the Hives headlining this year, which I think is a great booking. Net Deep also played the third stage last time they came to Donington in 2015 or 2016. Which did very well, and I think they'll sub-headlining for someone, or the third from the headline slot. This time they're back headlining the stage, which I think is a great shout. The Hives as well always bring a great live show, so if you're not into Aussie or Rise Against, the Hives, you're going to have a good time, I think, there. And I was going to say, it's nice to see a genre-specific, or rather a scene-specific stage. It kind of gives, you know, people who are new to the festival, it kind of gives them a reason to go. It's like, oh, have you seen the Avalanche Stage? It's got some great names on there. It's kind of like a slam dunk, but in the Download environment, and then you've also got names dotted around the bill that you'd love to see as well. So I think it's great to sort of bring new people into the festival, but it gives bands the chance to play Download as well, and also they're surrounded by bands from the same scene, you know, the likes of Slam Dunk or the Kerrang Tour or Vans Warped Tour, that kind of thing. But there is no shortage of heaviness on the stage. You've got metal and hardcore in the form of Employed to Serve, which are doing fantastic this year. And then you've also got Stray from the Path, Stick to Your Guns. Both of those have never played Download Festival, which I found really interesting. So it's definitely great to see them play. And yeah, they'll fit like a glove. It'll be a great support slot to that stage. My faves and Milk Teeth and Puppy are also playing, so, you know, getting that British bands in there as well. Milk Teeth are doing absolute bits this year with the 2 EPs that they released. Puppy are only going to do better as well. So yeah, and then also you've got pop punkers with Waster and Woes, and then Scar Legends, Less Than Jake also filling up the stage. Special shout out to the Bronx as well. They're also bringing that sort of experience, that kind of that hardcore legendary status, I guess it is, to the stage as well. It's not just the young bands playing, it's some really good older ones, the likes of Mayday Parade as well, also on there. And finally the Dog 2 stage, which is the 4th stage on the bill. Usually it's kind of been a stage that hasn't been that stronger to the other stages in recent years. There's been a few good names that have popped up on there in recent times, but it's never been of the same quality as the rest of the stages. However, this year it's changed quite a bit. I will be surprised if this tent is still standing by the end of the weekend, if not for the rain, but the absolutely brutally heavy music that is coming to the Dog 2 stage this year. You've got the likes of Malevolence, Immure, Not Loose, Higher Power, Baroness, Thy Art Is Murder. It's just heavy upon heavy, heavy upon heavy. Just in spades, absolute spades. It's been a great announcement, I think. They've filled up the rest of the lineup with good bands, and then they've like, let's just stick all the heavy shit in one place. Yeah, let's do that. What a play it's been, I guess. Tesseract, Thy Art Is Murder and Baroness headlining the stage. And then, as I said, those other bands that have been playing are going to be absolutely incredible. The likes of SHVPES as well, also hitting up the stage. And if you want to learn more about that, then make sure you check out our interview, cheeky plug. So overall, I can take from this is the organisers kind of took the really popular bands I've done well in recent years and have slapped them at the top of the bill, which is very understandable. And yeah, I think it's a good move from them, especially if those bands that I talked about earlier in the video, the likes of Biffy Clyro, Muse, that kind of thing. They didn't do that well. Put in someone like Blackstone Cherry Bullet, who are gonna do well. They've got the fans on side, I think, for that kind of thing. It's a no-brainer really. But the undercard has got some great quality under there. Some debutantes, some loved bands, some very experienced bands. So I think that'll go down very well. No doubt there'll be haters moaning, about that one obscure grindcore band that won't be playing. But if there's anything that I've learned about Download and the Download community, including myself, is that you can't please everyone. So what are your thoughts on the Download announcements? I know there'll be some very opinionated people out there, so drop a comment down below, let us know what you think. And then also, while you're down there, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and check out the links in the description. And if in case you missed it, make sure you check out our big cartel. We've got our brand new exclusive 1-year anniversary t-shirt. It's up now. Make sure you go check it out. As always, I've been Jack. We'll see you next time.